How y'all doing? I know I'm late, but I'm gonna do this recap for WrestleMania 31. Also, prediction card for Extreme Rules. And also, if you want to see Extreme Rules for new customers, it's free for the month of April for WWE Network. So you can watch WrestleMania and Extreme Rules for free for the month of April. I suggest you do so. WrestleMania was fucking awesome. It was awesome in a number of ways. From top to bottom, no complaints. Great show overall. Let's get right into things. The Andre the Giant Battle Royal was, it was okay. I thought Miz Dow was going to win for a minute. Him and Curtis Axel, so they gave it to the big guy. Kind of makes sense. He's the only giant in wrestling. Well, Kane is kind of a big guy. Tyson and Kid Cesaro, they had a pretty decent match. It should have been on the main card, but we'll get to that later. The Intercontinental Battle Royal, it had nice highlights to it. It was the beginning of the show, so I didn't expect it to be that exciting. It was a lot of guys in there. A lot of credible guys. I'm a little surprised that Daniel Bryan won, but I'm happy with that outcome. Seth Rollins and Randy Orton, phenomenal match. These guys have great chemistry. And Seth Rollins is the future of the company, by the way. I have no problem with that. Who was next? Oh, Randy Orton got the win. Incredible RKO, by the way. Great to see him back in tip-top shape. He's been gone for a while, but it's going to be interesting to see where his character progresses for the rest of the year. Triple H and Sting. Man, oh man. Triple H by far has the best entrance of all time. That Terminator sequence, that shit was phenomenal. That has been like $1 million entrance, at least. Great match for guys that's, Sting is over 50. Hunter's pushing 50. Great match. I really didn't get the concept of the NWO and the DX thing, but I guess it was like those two entities finally met for the first time, but a lot of those guys are way over the fucking hill. Hulk Hogan looked at least 90 years old, you know what I'm saying? Who is he knocking out? Who is he punching to make anybody backflip? So how could you punch X-Pac when he hit a somersault? I know it's not real. But overall, I thought Sting should have won, but I gotta think about this for a second. Vince McMahon is not gonna let a guy from another company beat one of his guys. Like, let's just be clear about that. If you're not Vince Creation, you're not gonna fucking win. So I wasn't that surprised. The ending was a little sloppy with the broken sledgehammer, but it was decent. I expect part 2 for SummerSlam, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, I wasn't surprised. You're not beating one of Vince's guys on the biggest stage of his creation. That's just what that's about. Sting did an incredible job. He looked great. So I expect Sting to at least have 1 or 2 more matches. Who was after that? The Divas? I think it's the Divas match. AJ and Paige won. Wasn't that long of a match. Wasn't that exciting. AJ is now retired. Probably because of the CM Punk lawsuit, but I won't divulge into that. The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. I heard that Bray Wyatt had a real bad ankle injury. Like in his entrance, it looked like he was in pain, but he was a good trooper about it. Solid match. The Dead Man looked very great. He looked very comfortable. I'm hoping that he fights Bray Wyatt again at SummerSlam. I'm hoping this feud similar comes down to how him and Randy Orton was back in 2005. Where, Randy got a few victories, he got a few victories. I'm hoping for that. So I'm hoping Bray can get his revenge because he is the new face of Fear. And by far, he may be my favorite character currently right now. John Cena defeats Rusev. It was a decent match, but Rusev is a pretty big guy, but Cena held his own. I wasn't surprised that he won. I mean, he clean defeated Cena at Fastlane, so I wasn't surprised. Especially that it had that belt for a long time. I want Cena to feud with Curtis Axel or Sheamus. Probably Sheamus. Or they may even throw Roman Reigns in the mix. We'll get to that later. I'm leaving out a match though. Am I leaving out a match? I don't think so. Oh, the main event. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Very good match. It was brutal, tough. Roman showed that he can be tough, that he can be beaten. So I expected to be real physical. He took him to Suplex City, bitch. No pun intended. I really thought that the powers that be was going to let Roman get the strap. But let's be honest, people. That's what killed me about the WWE Universe or just fans in general of the sport. Y'all complain about him winning the Royal Rumble, right? That he wasn't ready. Then when he doesn't win the belt at WrestleMania, that's a problem. Like, I'm confused. He don't have the tools. He don't have what it takes to be the company's biggest champion right now. No disrespect to him. I'm not saying that he'll never attain that and get to that point. That's not what I'm saying here. But right now, he's not ready. No disrespect to him. But I'm glad Brock don't have it. Only problem I have with Brock being a champion is that Brock is not a full-time guy. That's my only knock to him. But he'll be back probably SummerSlam season. Him and Seth will settle their differences. He may even beat Seth and get the belt back. I don't know. But it's looking like Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar for SummerSlam. I have no problem with that. And Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Very, very, very clever on his part. He started off the night with a loss to the Viper, walked out the building World Heavyweight Champion. In my prediction blog, I said that he was going to cash it in anyway. It was obvious. But, shout out to him. On to Extreme Rules now. The only matches that are confirmed right now are Wade Barrett versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental title, Cena Rusev 3, Orton versus Rollins, Part 2. All rematches, basically. I don't know the stipulations, but I'm hoping, dear God, that Cena and Rusev is not a flag match. Please, not a flag match. It should be either a submission match or a last man standing match. Extreme Rules match between Seth and Orton. Maybe a ladder match between Bryan and Barrett. It was just a little weird. I didn't know they was going to go in that direction because Sheamus had attacked Daniel Bryan more than once. So I was thinking that it was going to be a fatal four-way. Bryan against Ziggler, Sheamus, and Barrett. Which, Payback is around the corner. So that may be the matchup for Payback. I don't know. But it's looking like Sheamus is going to take on Dolph Ziggler. I don't know the stipulation of that match. Sheamus, I fucking love this new Sheamus, man. I loved him as a heel. He wasn't that bad as a babyface, but he had some moments where he was a little dry, so I don't know what's up with the motherfucking, that red mohawk, though. He tripping with that, but he has a new interest, a new theme, a new energy about him. I love that. We're missing a lot of, great heels. Him and Seth Rollins are tremendous heels, so I'm looking forward to see what those guys going to do for the foreseeable future. The unfortunate person is getting lost in the shuffle of this is Roman Reigns. And it's looking like he's has an encounter with the Big Show. They done had what, 1,500 matches already. It's no fucking point. Like, it's no point for them to have a one-on-one match. Clearly, Roman's going to go over in that. It's a shame that this guy had so much potential, but now he's just thrown to the wayside as a mid-carder against the Big Show. No disrespect to Paul White, but your time has came and gone. There's nothing exciting about that matchup, and I'm pretty sure that's the matchup Roman Reigns is going to have. It's kind of sad. I really feel they could have at least threw him in, the title match, because the way he lost the match, it was a little fucked up. So it's only fair he should get a shot. Or maybe they saving his one-on-one shot for Payback or Money in the Bank or something. One of those pay-per-view things. Right now, they the only matches that I can really see right now. I don't know who's Ryback facing. I believe Luke Harper is going to face Dean Ambrose in the table match. He powerbombed through the table, but that's just speculation. But I think that'd be a good matchup. Luke Harper is a very great big man. I like him. It's a very unique character. They need to build some more feuds for the Lucha Dragons. I guess they feuding with the New Day. Cesaro and Kid doesn't have opponents right now. Ryback doesn't have an opponent right now. There's a lot of guys that don't have opponents, so expect some tag teams probably thrown in the mix, probably a 6-man or something like that. Just, fillers. Expect for the Bella, what's her name? I don't know which one has the belt. I think Nikki Bella has the belt. She may have a match with somebody. So they might gotta fill those spots for the card. But overall, Extreme Rules has always been the pay-per-view or the rematches of WrestleMania. So you shouldn't really expect nothing too different. That's my recap and my prediction. Y'all have a good day.